What's going on YouTube? My name is Dark Mage, and welcome to this brand new video I'm doing. So we are back with story time with Dark Mage, and today's story is going to be about how I got into Smash Brothers, actually. So we're going to talk about that. So if you want to know the story of how I became a competitive Smash player, well, the story is a little bit short when it comes to that. If you watch my last video, which is how I met each of the Trash Squad members. I talk about when I became President Carlos, how I became a competitive Smash player because of him. So you can learn about exactly what happened and all stuff in a annotation right here. Anyways, we're going to discuss how I became a Smash player in general. So we're going to talk about this. So I was around 5 years old, maybe 6 years old, when I had a N64. I think I was 5 actually when I think it was my 5th birthday. I got an N64. So I started Smash OG style. So my very first game I got on 64 was Star Wars Pod Racer, and it was a Rugrats game because I was 5. So that's kind of the situation. But later on, I moved to Arizona with my because my mom got sick and stuff like that. That's a whole other story. I can tell you about my life in general, what happened to my childhood. I can do a story about that later on in life. But anyways, we're going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that today. But I moved to Arizona because my mom got sick. Lived with my aunt and uncle for a little bit. And for 3 years, actually. Not really a little bit. For 3 years of my life. But during that time, I had a birthday. My uncle asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I'm like, he told me to pick out whatever I wanted at Toys R Us. So we went to Toys R Us. I think it was a Saturday or something like that, and we went to Toys R Us, and I picked out Smash Brothers because I was really excited about Super Smash Brothers. I was like, oh, this got Mario, it's got Pokemon, it's got all these other characters in it. This looks kind of cool. So I picked it up. Now I had no idea about the other franchises besides Mario and Pokemon. I knew nothing about Zelda. I knew nothing about Star Fox. I knew nothing about any of the series as a whole. Well, I knew Donkey Kong because I played Donkey Kong on the Super NES, and I played Donkey Kong 64 as a kid as well. But I at least didn't. I also knew. Well, actually, I also knew Yoshi's story too. I also knew Yoshi as well. Anyways, I just didn't know many of the ones that most people didn't know as a kid. So I didn't know about Earthbound. I didn't know about Zelda. I didn't know about F-Zero and also that. And so I got the game, and I was excited about it. Now, I remember when I first brought it home, I put the cartridge into my 64, and I loaded it up, and I was like, I don't know who I want to play. So I went with the basics. Basically, I chose playing Mario first, and I learned how to play the game through Mario, which is pretty much how it works. And then later on, I was like, you know what? I don't really like Mario as much. I want to play a different character. So I chose Link. Now, this is when I became a huge sword person. I liked swords to begin with because I was a Star Wars fan. But Link had a sword and he had a shield. And I was like, this is kind of a cool character. I like the character. Which, thank God I did like the character because, I became a fan of the Zelda series because of that. Because of that fact that he uses a sword and a shield. That's how I became a fan of the Zelda series. So, yeah. And the adventure story is pretty cool. But, anywho, basically, I played the first story. I played very easy mode on Classic, on the Classic mode. And the it's called one player mode back then. It wasn't called Classic mode. That's a melee term. But anyways, it went one player mode, and I went to one player mode and pressed it. And chose my character, went very easy mode, and went Link. Now I got my butt kicked a lot. And so that happened. So later on, I'm learning the game. I'm still learning the game. I played with my uncle every now and then when he'd get off work and stuff. I'd play Smash Brothers with him, and we would he'd play Donkey Kong or somebody like that. And I played Pikachu or Link or something like that because I like Pikachu as well because I was a huge Pokemon fan at the time. I just became a fan of Pokemon back then, though. That was a brand new thing for me, was playing Pokemon Stadium 2 at the time when I was a kid. And that was during the summer of 2001 when I played Pokemon Stadium. So I was really excited to play a Pokemon. We played with Pikachu and stuff. Well, later on, I don't remember what day it was, maybe like a couple of weeks later, I actually got my first character, which was Jigglypuff. And it was amazing. It was amazing trying to play Jigglypuff. I learned Jigglypuff's strategy. I liked Jigglypuff a lot. I did. I liked pressing Sing, honestly, against my opponents. That was fun for me. And one thing I learned is I didn't know any other characters besides Link, Pikachu, and maybe Mario. Those were the only characters I really knew how to play. But later on, I became a fan of Samus. Again, I never knew what Metroid was. Back then, I didn't even know that Samus was a girl. I didn't even know that at all. I thought it was a dude in a robot outfit. I thought it was a robot. I didn't even think it was a person in that suit. I thought it was just a robot, and it had an awesome blaster thing. And I'd press Neutral B and charge up the blast, and then just shoot it at people whenever I had the chance. And that's how I became accustomed to the game. And then later on, I decided to pick up I started playing Donkey Kong and Samus. I started learning the game. I started dissecting the game little by little. I unlocked my next character was Luigi. And if you don't know Luigi in Smash 64, you have to beat every target test with all the main characters, not with the secret characters, which I just did that. And once I did that, I unlocked Luigi and I beat Luigi, and that was pretty simple. Later on, a couple years later, I think I was like 7 or 8 probably at this time, because this is back when I was like, I was 7 or 8. I learned how I unlocked Captain Falcon. Now, I was just going through the store. I was just going through the thing, no easy problem, and I unlocked the speedster part of the game, and that's how you unlock Captain Falcon in Smash 64. I didn't know this. So I'm just going through the game, playing Samus, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And so I'm just chilling out with Samus, just blasting things in the Kingdom Come, trying to unlock a different character. I was trying to unlock Ness. I learned that Ness existed from my cousin when I came back to Mississippi for a vacation, and he told me that Ness is a character, and I was like, how do you unlock that character? So I looked up on computer and stuff online and tried to figure out how to unlock Ness, and I kept failing that one, so I unlocked Captain Falcon instead. And later on, when I'm like 8 years old, or I think I was around 8. I think I just turned 8, and I think it was my birthday or something. And my uncle was like trying to figure out, for years we were trying to figure out how to unlock Ness, and it never happened until I was 9. And I already moved from Arizona by then. I was in Arizona from my 5-year-old birthday to my 8 till 8 and a half, I guess you would say, pretty much. So I moved back to Mississippi, and this is how I remember this. This is how I remember when I unlocked Ness. So my little cousin, my great cousin, was born that day, and I was getting ready for church at the time. I'm playing the game for a couple hours because my brother was at watching our sister pretty much get well, not his sister technically. If y'all don't know, my brother is also my cousin. So anyways, his sister basically was pregnant, and she had a baby. She was having a baby, so he went over to the hospital. He had my Game Boy Advance with him, which that sucker did that. I still don't forgive you, Robbie. I'm sorry, I don't forgive you. You stole my Game Boy Advance. I don't remember ever giving you a choice to do that, by the way. Anyways, I don't think he remembers this anyways, because I don't remember the conversation we had. I don't think he remembers any of the conversation we had as a kid. I don't know why. Just doesn't remember things. But anyways, so I'm playing Samus. I'm just chilling out on the game. I'm on normal mode, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this. This is the day I'm going to unlock Ness. Now, I didn't really believe myself I was going to unlock Ness, because I tried for weeks to unlock Ness on normal mode, which it took forever to get through that. Oh my god. Well, I finally got to the Master Hand. I was down to 2 lives, and somehow I made it. My 9-year-old self made it, and yeah, it was a wonderful experience. Once I got to fight Ness, I was so excited. I was like, okay, all right, this is how it goes. This is it. And I was like trying to beat him up, and I destroyed him. Absolutely destroyed Ness. And then I was like, I got the unlock, and I unlocked all the characters, and I was so excited. I was so happy. I was like, this is it. This is it. I have all the characters now. Little did I know there was a stage I didn't unlock, which was Mushroom Kingdom, which that took me a couple months to do as well. Once I unlocked Ness and unlocked all the characters, I was like, all right, time to unlock this stage, because I knew about the stage, because my cousin also told me about the stage, Mushroom Kingdom being one of the stages that they had. So I wanted to unlock it. Took me a long time to do it, but I did it. Now, let's go forward around 2 or 3 years later. We'll go, around 2 or 3. So I learned about a game during that time. During those times when I had 64 game, I learned about Melee. Now, I didn't get Melee until I was 12 years old. From Christmas, pretty much. Well, it was close to Christmas. It was like, I think it was a few days after Christmas, actually, because my uncle from Arizona gave me $20, and I bought Melee at Blockbuster for $20, which, by the way, finding Melee for $20 at any store was very unreal, by the way. That was insane. But that happened, and I got the game. Now, I loaded up on my GameCube at the time. I didn't have a memory card. I don't think I had memory cards at the time, so I just played the game. I just kept the game on for hours upon hours upon hours, so I wouldn't lose my save files. Just as how it was. My mom didn't give me any memory cards when I got my GameCube, so I had 2 controllers. I just didn't have a memory card. So it took me a couple weeks to finally get a memory card. I think it was a couple months or maybe a week. I'm not sure. We got like 2 memory cards, and they worked pretty well. Then later on, we started buying more and more memory cards, and because if y'all don't know, memory cards had a type of space. They had storage space, and that storage space it's not like today's day and age, folks, where basically you could keep all your save data in a cloud storage or anything like that. It was a whole different ball game back in the early 2000s, late 2000s. So that's what we had to deal with as kids and as teenagers, was a memory card and storage space. So yeah, just how it was. But anyway, we're going to talk about Melee. So what happened when I got Melee? I loaded up on my system, and I was looking at the characters, and I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Now, I love the intro scene. The intro scene was amazing to me. I was like, this is beautiful. I was so excited. So the first character I started to try to play, if I may remember correctly, was I think it wasn't Link, but it was it was a new character. I think it was Ice Climbers. I think I wanted to try Ice Climbers. Because I thought, as a kid, I thought that was Roy and Marth. I did not know Roy and Marth were swordsmen that were unlocked in the game. Yeah. I'm sorry. But anyways, basically that happened. And so I unlocked my first character being Jigglypuff again. Jigglypuff was the first character I unlocked, and I don't know how I did it, because I sucked at Ice Climbers. Then I started going, I was like, you know what, let me try adventure mode. So I was like, let's go on adventure mode and see how that goes. And honestly, I sucked at adventure mode. I got I got destroyed with Ice Climbers. And I'm like, these guys are so lame. Why am I losing? I don't like this. I got pretty far, though. Like, I think the first time I got on adventure mode, the farthest I got was to the Ice Climber stage. So I got to the main stage that the Ice Climbers were from. Now, I had issues trying to get there. I had 1 life, and I started realizing the patterns in the adventure mode later on, and I learned how to actually jump up. But back then, I didn't know how to jump. I still barely knew how to jump. This is the first day I got the game, the very first day. So I didn't know how to jump very well. I didn't know how to short hop. I definitely didn't know how to short hop. I didn't learn what short hopping was until I was like 16. So, this is me as 12 years old, dumb as a rock, trying to do this himself. Well, I wasn't dumb. I was just young and ignorant, just saying. But I was like trying to figure out what I was doing. So, I go to continue sign, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to quit. So I switched off adventure mode, and then started playing this versus mode with my brother. Me and my brother, and we just started playing. We had 2 controllers at the time. Like I said, we got 2 game controllers, so we both had 2 game controllers. I had 1 controller, he had a controller, so we both used it together. And basically, we played Smash on the stages and stuff. Learned the stages, and it was a lot of fun. Now, once I got a memory card, then I got serious. Once my mom bought my first memory card, I think she bought it at Walmart. And we got super serious. We started unlocking every single character. So once I got the memory card, I'm like, all right, this is time to get serious. We understand the game now. It's been a couple weeks. We understand the game now. We understand how to play this. Let's do this. So my brother and I started getting serious. We went on to classic mode, and I was like, you know what? I haven't tried Mario yet, so let me try Mario. If y'all don't know about Melee, you unlock Dr. Mario by playing as Mario. I did not know this. I just chose Mario because I was like, you know what? This is the first character. I'm going to go from each one until I'm going to unlock something new. That's how I thought. So, I'm playing classic mode. I beat the Master Hand on very easy mode with 5 lives, still to spare. And I I fought Dr. Mario, and I beat Dr. Mario. Once I beat Dr. Mario, I unlocked him. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try another one. So I went to, I believe it was Pikachu. I went to Pikachu and fought Jigglypuff. Unlocked Jigglypuff again. I was like, all right, that's easy. Next character. So I kept going over and over again. I went for days upon days, unlocking fighting every single person on classic mode. It wasn't until by accident, after I unlocked all the characters, I just got to, I believe what the one I got to, I just unlocked Young Link, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And once I unlocked Young Link, I was like, I think I was playing Zelda. I was playing Zelda or Yoshi. I think I was playing Ice Climbers or Zelda at the time when I unlocked Young Link. And I got my butt kicked when I fought Ice Climbers with Young Link. So I was like, all right, I got destroyed. Let me try another character and see how I can do it this time. And I did it that time with, I believe I played Sheik I think I heard Zelda into Sheik that time. Because I knew how to do that at the time. So I was like, all right, let me just use Sheik and see how this works. So I used Sheik, and I unlocked Young Link. Once I did that, I was like, all right, let me try Young Link's. Let me see if Young Link has a thing that he can unlock characters with. No, he did not. But he had a stage, which is how I learned my first tech in Smash Bros. Melee. My very first tech, I did not know was seriously a new technique. Wall jumping. If y'all don't know about the break the target stage on Young Link's stage is how you learn to do wall jumping for the first time in your life on Melee. That was an interesting situation. I was very surprised about that one. Basically, it took me quite a while to understand how to do it. It took me a couple. I think it took me a couple minutes, maybe 30, maybe 20 minutes to finally realize how to do that. And I finally figured it out, and I'm like, jump, 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 and I figured it out. I didn't know how to do it. It was hard. I still didn't know how to throw bombs in the air. I didn't know how to throw bombs in the air because I was like trying to. I always throw them upwards, not and forwards. I never knew how to jump. You could jump and throw a bomb, so it took me forever to figure that out. And I learned about fire arrows, how broken they were in that game, and I learned fire arrows were beautiful things. If y'all don't know, Melee was the first one to bring out different neutral bees. Like with Link, arrows were a thing. With Young Link, fire arrows were a thing. With who was some other characters that changed? I believe these were only 2 characters that changed. Hi, Dark Mage here. Sorry about this, but I was wrong about this part where I say that the only neutral bees that are brand new are basically only the fire arrows and the arrows. That is actually incorrect. I forgot the fact that Ness has PK Flash. That was not in Super Smash Bros. 64. Now, the one that I'm thinking of that they had was PK Fire. PK Fire was the only B move that he had. He had PK. He had Side Magnet. I believe he had Side Magnet. And he also had PK Thunder. So yeah, back to the video. I think Fox was still laser. That was still saying neutral B. But side B became a new thing in Smash Brothers Melee. That was the first time side B was the thing. Side B did not exist. Down B and up B and neutral B were only things that existed in Smash Brothers 64. So I was new to side B. So side B was a major new thing to press. I didn't understand how to do it. For a while, I didn't know how to do aerials either. Like I just said, I didn't know how to do certain things with aerial combat. I was not great with aerial combat. Aerial combat was not something I was used to in Smash 64. Even though I did fight in the air sometimes, I just didn't know aerials were a major good thing to do, and it's just how it is. And I keep getting this text message. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I had to make sure I didn't text to somebody that was supposed to be picking me up later today. Anyways, we're going to talk about, what was I talking about, actually? Oh, yeah, I was talking about the fact that I didn't know how to do side Bs and stuff. So I didn't know how to do most of the aerial combat. Aerials were not a thing I knew how to do, really. I knew about spikes because I watched the tutorials video constantly when I would play the game. I learned about movies and stuff. It's the movies like special movie and stuff I watched all the time when I was sick in bed or something, and I'll do that. So I knew about aerials for a while, but I didn't know how to do spikes. I knew how to do spikes. I didn't know how to do all aerials. Like I didn't know how to do back air. I didn't learn how to back air. I didn't know how to do a back air until probably Smash. I think it was Brawl. It was Brawl. I learned that actually. So I didn't know back air was a thing. I didn't understand that concept of nairs and back airs and forward airs and neutral airs and down airs. I didn't understand any of that. I just played the game. I was a casual. I was a freaking filthy casual. So later on, I'm going through Link. I think I was playing Link at the time. I played Link on classic mode, and I unlocked Marth. Now, the reason I'm excited about that is because I loved playing Marth. Once I unlocked Marth, I was excited to play him. Now, it took me forever to unlock him. I think I did Link twice. I think I did Link twice before I unlocked Marth. Because it wasn't satisfied losing to him. Was not satisfied losing to him. So I finally unlocked Marth. Once I unlocked Marth, I went straight to the classic mode, and I was like, you know what? Let me try Marth out. So I beat all the characters now. I need to do all this. I need to do all the special characters. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try Marth out and see how this goes. So I chose Marth, and as y'all know, if you choose Marth on classic mode and beat it all the way through, you unlock Roy. I did not know you unlock Roy there. So I was really excited. I was like, hey, all right, I unlocked Roy and Marth. That's really cool. So I was really excited. So later on, I'm trying to do other characters as well. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really know how to unlock the rest of the characters. So I go on adventure mode. So when I go into adventure mode, I'm playing constantly every single day adventure mode. I'm like getting all the trophies. My goal was to get every trophy in Melee. I never did, but I tried. The closest I tried was when I was 13 years old, when I really got serious with the game. And I was like, all right, I gotta unlock all these trophies. I got serious. I got super serious. Hold on real quick. Okay, so anyways. Back to what I was saying. It took me forever to unlock all the trophies, and I was really excited about that. I was really ecstatic when I unlocked most of the trophies. It took me forever to do the home run contest one that I wanted the most, was the Paper Mario trophy. I got at Walmart one day. There was this thing at Walmart that I asked my mom for me to buy. It was cheat codes. It had all kinds of cheat codes to Melee. It had all kinds of cheat codes to all kinds of games I have played. One thing I learned about it was, as a Pokemon gamer, that was the best thing to get who playing Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, because there was a cheat in that cheat code guide. It had a whole walkthrough on how to beat certain things, and I didn't learn later on that existed until I started playing Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, and I was like, oh, okay, there's a walkthrough in this thing instead of like cheat codes. Okay, cool. But it had all this stuff about how to unlock characters and unlock everything. That's when I learned about how to unlock Mewtwo and other characters. Now, with Mewtwo, there was the situation there that took me a long time to do. I think it took me from when I started. I think when I first started 6th grade, I got it in 6th grade. I got Melee in 6th grade. Now, it took me till the end of graduation to finally unlock that character. Till graduation was about to happen for 6th grade. So that took me 6 months to unlock a character that should have been really easy to unlock. Yeah. I asked people that were in my school how to unlock this character, and they gave me certain ideas. One of my friends actually downloaded on GameFAQs, or it was GameFAQs or Game Informer or whatever it was, an actual how to unlock characters there, gave me the note and said, here you go, here's how you unlock the characters, dude. And I was like, okay. So I learned about playing the game for 20 hours, and I'm like, how do I keep my game on for 20 hours? It's crazy. Later on, I found out when I was like 17 or 18, playing the game for 20 hours is for each controller. So I just hooked up I only had 2 controllers at the time. So I loaded up 2 controllers, loaded it up, and just kept the game on versus mode all night. And I woke up around 3 or 4 a.m., I think, and I was like, all right, time to try this out. And nothing happened. I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't long enough time. So I tried another day. Now, this was a Friday. One Friday, it was a Friday morning, I think it was. And the only reason I remember this is because this is a huge moment in my life. A huge moment in my life was when I unlocked Mewtwo. I was so excited. I was like, okay. So I went to school. I went to bed and loaded up Captain Falcon and Link. And so I had Captain Falcon on the stage, and I was on Pokemon Stadium stage, because that was the only stage I think was a flat stage, and nothing could happen, nothing couldn't fall off. It's very simple. So I did that. Now, when I got home from school, I was like, all right, here we go. Let's try this again. So I was like, all right, it's probably been 20 hours now. Let's see how this works. So I put off Captain Falcon, and then the screen popped up, and it showed Mewtwo, and I was like, oh my god, okay, all right, I can do this. And I was so pumping myself up, and I was like, all right, I can do this. I was like, holy crap, and I was so excited. And so I was like fighting him, and I was beating him, and I beat him, and I was so excited. I was like, I unlocked Mewtwo. I screamed at the top of my lungs. I called my brother into the room. I was like, oh wait, I unlocked Mewtwo, Robbie. And he's like, oh yeah, that's awesome. We were so excited. And I told my mom, I told my aunt, I told my family. I was so happy. I was like, I unlocked Mewtwo. So I came to school on Monday, ecstatic that I unlocked Mewtwo. But I also unlocked Game & Watch during that weekend. And actually, I think I unlocked Mewtwo. I think I unlocked Game & Watch during the time I actually got, once I oh wait, I forgot to mention how I got the other characters. So during the time, once I got the cheat codes for characters, I understood how to unlock them. So one thing was Luigi. I unlocked Luigi by accident in adventure mode one day. And I was like, I fought him, and I was like, oh yeah, this is interesting. Is this how you unlock him? So I got through adventure mode. I lost adventure mode, so I was like, okay, let me try this again. So I figured it out that it was a certain number you had to do. Now, with Luigi, you have to have a certain time on the Mushroom Kingdom stage in adventure mode. I think it's 5 or 2. It's either 5 or 2. I never remembered if it was 5 or it was 2. I'm not sure. I think it's 5. You have to have like 3 minutes and 35 seconds, or 3 minutes and 25 seconds. It has to be 5. The second has to be 5. There has to be a 5 on the last number. That's how you unlock Luigi. I think it's really weird how that works, but that's what they did. But anywho, I unlocked Luigi. Later on, I found out how to unlock Falco by playing. I asked a few friends before I got the cheat codes from my friends. They told me you unlock Falco by doing multi-man melee and going for 100-man melee. And I was like, well, how do I do that? So I was like, one dude literally told me just play DK and just do down B, just do his ground pound. And I was like, okay. So I tried it for days upon days upon days to finally do it. And I finally got it done. Finally got it fixed. Fought Falco. Destroyed Falco. Unlocked Falco. Simple as that. Then once I unlocked Mewtwo was the last one I unlocked before I unlocked Game Watch. Once I unlocked Mewtwo, I went on classic mode. I did every single target test known to man on the game by now. I've already taken control of the game and understood how to play the game. Simple as that. Now, once I did that, I got Game Watch. And once I unlocked Game & Watch, I was like, okay, I've got all the characters now. What else is there to do? So, I learned there were stages I had to unlock. Secret stages. So, I think it was my 13th. I was 13 at the time. I think I was either 13 or 12 at the time. I had summer vacation. I spent time with my friend from church, and I brought my GameCube over. And we started unlocking everything in event modes and stuff. And it took me a while to unlock everything. And there was one thing I didn't know existed was Giga Bowser. I remember the day I did this. I just went to my friend's house. I went to my friend's house that day, and I was playing at his house, spend the night at his house, and I beat this. It was event 50. Event 50. Now I thought event 50 was the last one to unlock. It was the final one. That's it. I'm done. I will unlock everything on event modes. Boy, was I wrong. Once I beat Master Hand and Crazy Hand, which was the most hardest thing to do, in my opinion, on event mode, it took me forever to do it. I can do it nowadays, no problem. If I played Melee right now and played it today, I could do it no problem. I could beat those guys no problem. Now, if I was playing it back then, I was garbage at it. It took me forever. I think I used Yoshi to beat them, if I remember correctly. Because the moment first, like, oh, Yoshi, he's got eggs, he can probably survive, and he survived. Then we got Giga Bowser, Mewtwo, and Ganondorf. That one was a rough one. It was a rough one indeed. Once I got through that, yeah, it was rough. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I unlocked Ganondorf before I unlocked Mewtwo as well, but that's just through event mode. And I didn't know event mode existed until I was going through the screen. I was like, oh, these things exist. I didn't know you could unlock characters like Pichu and Ganondorf there, okay? I didn't know anything like that. I knew nothing on how to unlock characters. Again, I just learned through trial and error. And then once I was trying to unlock Mewtwo, my friends gave me that guidebook. It's just how it is. The cheat codes on their paper and stuff later on. So later on, once I unlocked all the characters and I unlocked every single stage, I was like, all right, that's good. You want to know what I did next? I'll tell you. I decided to restart my game and unlock every single character over again. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did what I did, but I did it. And I did it, and I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. And so that was a major thing. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. Because I'm like, I thought, you know what? At 13, you could be very stupid at 13. And so once I unlocked all the stages, it took me a year to get all the stages. And I'm like, you know what? I could do this all over again. And once I did that, I did unlock everything all over again, faster than usual. And I got used to it. So I was like, you know what? This is simple. I can unlock all the things over and over again. It's not a big deal. I started doing that over and over and over. For years, I started unlocking all the characters again. And I'm like, one time I literally unlocked Mewtwo by just playing 700 versus matches with my friends. And we unlocked him that way. Not to play a game for 20 hours on the screen. No, I just did 700 matches. I unlocked everything that way. So that's how I became a fan of Melee. Later on, when I was like 13 years old in the summer, I joined a tournament. My very first tournament. I'm still casual. I'm still a casual player. Again, I was not a competitive player until Smash 4. So casually, I was playing casually in a tournament, and I played Link, and this guy was like fighting me. He was a Link player, and it was my first match, and I was nervous. I was like, this guy's older than me. He might be better than me. For some reason, even as a kid, I had a good neutral. Then. I guess it was a neutral. I don't know if it was just that or just this guy just really didn't know how to fight me or something. But I was learning. I was playing the game. I wasn't really doing a neutral. I don't think it was a neutral per se. I just had a really good spacing, I guess is what you would say. We were on Final Destination match. Match, and I won my match, which surprised me because this guy was like 16 years old and I beat him. I was like 13 years old at the time. I was kind of young, and I wasn't the greatest, but there wasn't that many players there. Now I make jokes about, I made 4th place in the tournament all the time when I'm with my friends, but there was only like a few people there. I made 4th place because I literally, there weren't that many people who joined the tournament, so it's just the fun fact about that. Just saying that, for instance. Just saying that. Anyways, we're gonna talk about now we're gonna talk about how I became a fan of Brawl. Now later on, I think I was in 10th grade, maybe in 9th grade. We moved to a new apartment. My brother and I went to I think it was like a church thing in a different church. We went to a church outing in a different church or something. My brother was like found out there was a prize if you got all these Vial verses and all this stuff like that, and he was excited. If you did everything they wanted to do, you could have the prize of getting a Wii. So my brother was dedicated to learn all these things to get the Wii. Once he got the Wii, which he did get the Wii, we went to sleep thinking this really happened. We just get a Wii for free, and we never had the money to buy a Wii. When the Wii came out, we were like, okay, we can try doing this. We can try getting one day. And then my family was always like, oh, we'll try again next year. And it never happened. So once he got the Wii, we started thinking about what games we could play, and we didn't know for the longest time until we were like going through the Wii and looking at the parts on there. We found out GameCube was a thing on the Wii, and we were like, we load it. We put my memory cards in. We put our GameCube controllers in. We had like 4 GameCube controllers at the time. We had 4 of them at the time, and we're like, okay, let's play. We were excited, and so we rented at a game store. This is around a year later when I met my best friend in high school. And he was like, and we were like, oh, we want to play a game. So we got Brawl at a we rented Brawl at a store. It was a rentable store down the road from where we lived. And so when we got it, we were like so excited. We're like, oh, the newest Smash Brothers game. We're so excited. I'm so excited. We played it. And even I could tell the difference between what Brawl was compared to what Melee was. I could tell the Melee was faster, more precise, and there wasn't that tripping mechanic. Even I knew there was something different about it. But I was so excited. I was a casual gamer. I didn't care about the slow start and everything like that. I was just excited about playing it for once in my life. And so I was excited about that. So basically, we loaded up the game. We started playing on versus mode. And then later on, we were like, you know what? There's this thing called Split Space Emissaries. This was supposed to be the adventure mode, like in Melee. So we loaded it up, and we started playing it. And we were like, wait, we can have 2 players playing this? So we just load up our controllers. We would take turns all playing the story mode. And we unlocked every single character on the story mode. And then later on, we're like, okay, we seriously need to get this game. Because once we had to take it back and not rent it anymore, we're like, we begged our moms. Me and my brother begged our moms to get us that to get the game. And And so it took us probably a couple months after begging them that we went to GameStop and bought the newest Brawl. We bought Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And just like Melee, I unlocked all the characters again and all the stages again, over and over to learn the game. And so that's how I learned how to play video games. So I learned how to play Smash Brothers. I learned how to play it by trial and error, unlocking characters in different ways, in different varieties, and unlocking stages in different ways, and beating the game. I dissected Smash Brothers. That's how it was about me. I dissected the game until I knew how to play it for the ups and downs, ins and outs, everything. That's just how I was. That's how I played Smash. Which is probably once around that time. It was around that time, around my 16. I was 16 years old, and I was playing Brawl and Melee. I still played Melee. Once I beat Brawl, I was like, I want to get back to playing Melee. I like Melee better. Melee seems more fun, and it was. So later on, I'm going through videos and stuff, looking on YouTube on my Wii, just scanning through YouTube, because on the Wii you could watch YouTube. It was actually an app for YouTube. Well, it wasn't an app yet. You just go on the website and look up YouTube, and we had Wi-Fi, really crappy Wi-Fi, but it worked sometimes, so it would load up sometimes. But anyways, I just go on YouTube, look up games and stuff. And I saw videos on how to be a pro in Melee. So I was like, this sounds interesting. A pro? A professional player? This sounds kind of interesting. So I looked at the guides, and I learned, that's when I learned about how scary, and this is how I still feel to this day when I play Melee, is how scary competitive Smash is for Melee. I learned about short hops. I learned about full hops. I learned about dash dancing. I learned about wave dashing. I didn't know how to do wave dashing. It took me years to learn how to do a wave dash. I know how to do them now. I don't know how to do them I don't know how to do them well enough. I can do them like maybe a few times in a round or something. That's it. I'm not really that familiar with doing it like this. Wave dashing crap. No, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it at all. It's just not me. Anyways, learned about the ins and outs of the game, and that's this kind of... I knew it wasn't for me. I knew that lifestyle was not for me. Now, a couple years later, my brother got the Wii U. He bought the Wii U for Christmas for himself, and he gave me the Wii. Once he got the Wii U, he gave me his Wii. And so the minute he got that, actually, I think he gave me the Wii beforehand. But I already did what I did on it already. I already homebrewed it, and so that I dissected my Wii as much as I dissected Melee and Brawl. But anywho, enough about homebrew channel and stuff of that. We'll talk about that another time. Anyways, he got the Wii U. He got Wii U Smash. When Smash Wii U came out, we were excited about it. Now, I also had the 3DS one for a while as well, so I would just load up my 3DS one and play Smash on that one. And once we got the Wii U one, we started realizing that the Wii U could connect to the Smash 3DS. So we were excited about that. So we just played constantly with our 3DSs instead of controllers. And later on, we started getting better at it. And we unlocked all the characters. I don't remember how hard it was to unlock all the characters. I don't remember what we did to unlock them all. It's been so long since I remembered how. And I never really dissected that one. With Smash 4, I never tried to re-unlock all the characters. By that time, I was like, you know what, I don't need to do that anymore. So I stopped doing that. So that's why. But that was around the time I started getting competitive in Smash. Smash 4 was when I got seriously competitive in Smash. I mean, yeah, in Brawl, I was like I told you all, when I met Carlos got me was playing Brawl with me at the time, and we were playing Smash Brawl all the time in my room. My brother would come in, we would play Smash together, and he'd destroy me. And I think it was also the fact that once my brother fought Carlos, and Carlos gave him compliments and how he was playing, I got so pissed off, and I'm like, I want this man to give me compliments. Why is he not giving me compliments? I got a little jealous. That was the major drive, was jealousy and anger to why I became a competitive Smash player. Learned about tier list. Learned about the best characters. Learned about the best movement options. I learned about a lot of things. And then when I got Smash 4, I got seriously into understanding. I understood the game a little better. When Smash 4 came out, I was like, let's see. I was 20 years old when Smash 4 came out. I was 19 when Smash 4 for 3DS came out. But as y'all don't know, that's how it worked. Hold on a minute. Somebody's calling me. Okay, sorry about that. That was my aunt. Anyways, we're gonna talk. I was talking about Smash 4. So I basically how it worked is I started playing on my 3DS for a while. I would play during the time I met Carlos. When I was in Climb, I'd be playing the game on my 3DS because I had a 3DS at the time. I had Smash, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play it. And I would play it all the time during classes and stuff. After classes were over and stuff, I'd just be playing my 3DS and playing Smash. And I was unlocking. I had all the characters unlocked. Actually, I think I unlocked all the characters when I went to school. When I went to school at Climb, I unlocked a few of them actually. Yeah, I did. And basically, I just started dissecting that game pretty well, understanding the mechanics and stuff. And if you all don't know about that Smash 3DS, C-Stick does not exist, so it's all about using the A button with your moves and stuff for aerials, and it's so awkward. Until you get Smash, I think you get a new 3DS, which is how I got it. Later on, I got a new 3DS. C-Stick did not exist. It exists after the new 3DS because it has a little C-Stick function, and you use it that way. It's not as easy as you think, though. But yeah, it was difficult. But with Smash 4, basically, after I beat Smash 3DS and I got all the DLC. I bought all the DLC because I had a job at the time, and I was like, I want to buy Bayonetta, I want to buy Cloud, I want to buy Ryu, all that. My brother and I had both 3DS and Wii U, so we unlocked Mewtwo. That's how you unlocked Mewtwo, unless you bought Mewtwo. We just unlocked Mewtwo by having both the games, both 3DS and Wii U, which is the easiest way to unlock Mewtwo. But every other character was it was simple situation. But around the time I was 21, I guess. I learned about this website called Anther's Ladder. And once I learned that, I was like, okay, that's how pros play, other pros play, and all these other competitive players play in Anther's Ladder. That's how I got into competitive Smash. I learned how to fight other players, and I was like, there's a rank system. Let me try this. And if you all know about me and rank systems, I'm not the nicest guy when I lose in a rank. When I lose a rank. Yeah. Not gonna lie, that was not a good idea. Yeah. Anyways, basically, I got better at the game. I understood how to improve it, and that's when I fell in love with my main to this day. I ran into this player on Anther's Ladder, and he was playing Peach. Now, I was playing a different character at the time, and I'm watching him do QFR and flow cancels and stuff, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, this dude is so cool! I don't know why I thought that, but, point on return now. I was like, this is so cool! She has all these cool mechanics! And I texted him on Anther's Ladder. I was like, yo, how'd you do that? He's like, oh, I learned this from a guy named Dark Mage on YouTube, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to look him up. And I looked it up, and that's when I learned how to do QFR and flow canceling and dash dancing and all these other mechanics. And that's how I fell in love with Peach. That's how I became a Peach main, honestly. It's because of that. No, I knew how to play Peach in Brawl. I played Peach for fun back then, though. Back when I played Brawl, I just played Peach for fun. It wasn't a serious thing. It wasn't a competitive situation. I played Peach as a joke character, in my opinion. Then I fell in love with her in Smash 4. So, things happen. once I did all that, I learned how to fight. I learned all that. I learned how to play Peach. It took me a while to figure out a main, honestly, and then I ran to Peach, and I was like, you know what, I like her. Got into college, and I realized I was trash at Peach when I met my friend Peachy, or Sean as I know him. And when I met Sean, I was in freshman in college, and I was in the cyber cafe at the time, where I met Brendan as well later on, a couple years later. And I ran into him, and I was like, hey, watch this guy plays Peach and this other guy playing Lucas. And I'm like, yo, you play Peach? And I was like so excited. I'm watching this dude do flow canceling and dash dancing and stuff, and I was so excited. Like, again, I was like a newborn baby playing Peach, and I just started playing Peach a couple months before that. And he's like, yeah, I play Peach. And you're like, you a Peach man? I'm like, yeah, I am. Now, back then I was thinking I didn't want to play Peach anymore because I was like so garbage at her. But this guy opened up broadened my horizons and realized Peach is probably the best thing for me. Probably the best character I know how to play. And so I didn't understand it at the time. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. But anyways, we're going to talk a couple years later. Now we're talking that's a competitive situation. I went to my first tournament on my birthday that year on September 7th, which, by the way, is my birthday. Just saying, I'll be 29 this year. Not looking forward to that at all. Anyways, all right, we're going to talk about this. So, a couple years later, Smash Ultimate comes out. And so I get Smash Ultimate a couple months, about a month, not even a month, a few weeks after Smash Ultimate comes out. I get my first Switch. It took me forever to get my first Switch. My brother got me my Switch for my Christmas present. I did not know he was doing this. So I was like, you know what, in the future I'll get one. I'll get one eventually. And so I'm like, you know, I'll get a Switch eventually. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out the money. Maybe I'll get it on my next Pell Grant. So I was like, you know, I'll try that. Well, Christmas happens, and I open the gifts up, and I realize he bought me a Switch. I freaked out. I was so excited. I was thanking my little brother so much that day. I was like, thank you, Robbie, thank you. I was so excited because I was playing Smash. I was playing Smash Ultimate on his Switch, and he already bought me Smash Ultimate the day it came out. He already bought me Smash Ultimate. He bought me my Switch the day it came out. I didn't even know. He bought that for me. I had no clue, and so I hooked up my Switch. I hooked it up to Wi-Fi. I loaded up the game, and I started playing Smash. And I made my first video on, I think it was my first video on Smash Ultimate on Garchomp at the time, Garchomp 907 at the time, and basically I played my first match, and again I knew how to do certain moves. I knew how to do ground floats. I knew how to do certain things that I already knew in Smash 4. So I knew the basics on how to play Peach, but I did pretty well. And I started thinking, okay, maybe I'm getting serious at this. And so I get back from school. I get back to school during that next semester, and everybody's playing Smash Ultimate, and it's all over. It's all over the cyber cafe. Everybody's got their Switches out, and there's not a single TV that doesn't have Smash Ultimate loading on it. There are 4 TVs in the cyber cafe, and all 4 TVs have Smash Ultimate on it. That's how serious everybody was getting about this game. So, yeah, it took me a while to unlock all the characters that day. That day when I got the game, it took me forever to unlock all the characters. I think I found out there was actually, if y'all don't know, in Smash Ultimate, when it first came out, the first patch, the original game itself, characters were hard to unlock. When you unlock a character, their computer was at least level 9. At least level 9. So they did combos, they did flow camp, they did all these other moves, and you look at them, we look at them and we're like, or we laugh at our friends and go like, you can unlock him, that's funny. Which I did constantly. So it took a while to unlock all the characters. Now when my brother got Ultimate, basically he couldn't unlock Isabelle. Isabelle destroyed him. And I laughed my butt off on that one because he's like, he beat me and his friend up, and we're like, oh, you get to fight Isabel, whatever. And he got destroyed, and we're like, this is funny. this damn dog basically grabbed the fishing pole and threw him down, spiked him off, and stage spiked him, and I'm like, dang. It was funny. But anyways, that's basically how that's pretty much what happened. But I lost all the characters on my profile. It didn't take that long. The DLC started coming out, and I knew DLC came out. Joker was coming out and stuff like that. I was really excited about that. And basically, he is still my secondary, even though I don't play him as much anymore. He's still my secondary. He's still one of the best characters I do play. Except for Pyramithra. Pyramithra is kind of a different one. My friends make jokes like, "Dang, you sold yourself to Pyramithra and you got rid of Joker." And I'm like, no, I didn't get rid of Joker. He's still my secondary. He's still the second best character I play. Nothing changed. So basically, that happened. So DLC comes out. I'm excited. Basically, this is how it is. I've been a fan of games for a long time, and this is going on longer than I thought it was gonna be a video. I apologize for this. It's a lot longer than my last video. But the story had to start with Smash 64 because Smash 64 was the very first game I played. So my bad on that. Basically, it just happened that way. I had to talk about this, and I apologize for watching. If y'all didn't want to watch this all the way, if you guys wanted to skip all this and just go to certain places, I have timestamps now. I now know how to do timestamps thanks to MHK and Karma teaching me how to do that on the last video. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you like this content, and don't forget to share this with your friends. If you guys want to hear any more stories coming your way, I'll have another story coming out probably in a couple days from now. Today, I believe I'm uploading this on Thursday. Today is technically Wednesday, but I'm uploading this Thursday. So probably on Monday or Tuesday. On Monday, I will have another one available. So catch y'all later. Later, everybody.